All right, guys, I'm doing an update on mostly BTC here, and then I do want to hit on the cycles and just real quick on some of the pi cycle concepts and what's been working this week. So global macro, we're still sticking with bonds. I'll just there's been so much in the news now. Everybody's kind of late to the party as far as talking about the yield curve and ultras and 30-year yields below 2%. And but I'm still just amazed at the overall momentum and how far this is going. We put in a couple topping tails and they've just been taken out. So even though this is getting extended, whether you look at the implied volatility, the fact that the RSI has been hanging out overbought for a while, you can see the angle and distance. So it's definitely frothy. But I mean, just one topping tail, even though we took out this low, boom, we made a new high. You had a topping tail today and it's actually retraced here this afternoon back halfway of the move from late this morning. So you can keep buying dips. I came in here and just bought towards the close another round, which was nice. I put that on Twitter. And so we were buying this morning down here. There was a first lot, second lot, boom. You guys handled that well. I sold here into pi. That was the right cycle to take some off. And then I kept my 30s and my 10s. I came out of that on some of this move where I was kind of goofing off with my daughter and didn't really see all that in ultras. But hopefully you guys made some money and then came in and bought near pi again. I just took some off. It ran another half a point, 3/4 of a point, and now we cycle back to pi. That's the 1 minute. But if we get deeper here this evening, I may go back to the well towards the bands like 196. But yeah, that was just another good example of pi on the 5 minute and 1 minute. We sold some fives. We keep trading around that against our core long and 10s and 30s. You could have sold some here late in the day. I'll cover a little bit of that if we drop. And then as far as equities go, you have the market pretty low within the range. If you put in context of the highs, the lower highs from earlier in the week, and then of course the June lows. If you look at the Russell, it's really kind of leading the way to the downside, which it has all year and for a while. And now you're just getting back to those same levels. So, short here, cover. Do I have the regressions drawn on here? 1460. Yeah, a little bit of that. So I'm not really pressing the lows here on the short side. I talked about the major lows that matter, the June lows. If that breaks, I'll definitely have an update. I think you guys get that. I'm largely just sitting on a UVXY core short as far as any risk on type of moves. This comes off pretty nicely. So we've just been adding to it, reducing, covering shorts. That's that. So let's just cover BTC. I talked about in the live room this morning, it was a good buy. Even though you were below 10,000, I wouldn't worry about, don't just zero in on 10,000 as a figure. Use the actual lows, the intraday lows from whatever, a couple of weeks ago. We ran the stops through 10,000. You put in these nice bottoming tails. So we put in a higher low in front of that. The 4-hour cycles were low. All the good opportunities to buy down here. I think we're going to retest 12. So keep adding, buying on dips. You can see Pi's done a great job through here. So just more examples of our Pi line concept. Here, hang with me for 1 second. I'll pop up my Coinigy. And then we can take a look at the cycles on the cash charts. 1 sec. Because there was a pretty important cycle that came into play. They got some crazy red background. That came into play into August here. All right, so you guys should be able to see. Let me make sure my screen share is right. Properties, yeah, background. I always got to get rid of the watermark. All right, the long wave. The long wave here. We made the lower high into 12,000 right on this cycle turn here, guys, on the 10th. So I talked about before, if you get a lower high relative to this high and the highs from December, the all-time highs, then you're going to delay the rally. The next big turn is till October now. So that's probably more of the same. All right, we're going to have more consolidation till this. Now, this may line up more with the breakout here, longer term breakout in October, or we even talked about the long wave will bottom here with another cycle towards the end of the year. Maybe we have the breakout at that turning point. So those are the two main turning points. You did get a lower high, pretty much exactly. We turned and broke the 8 exactly with this turn here, so it's done a good job. This was another cycle turn. All right, on the right-hand side here, we made that lower high. Sorry, that's not the all-time highs. I don't know. I was thinking about the weekly chart here. This was just that initial move up. So we had to move down. We've just been making lower highs on this cycle since we've had the run up and the breakout here through pi. We rallied on that cycle. And this cycle, we've been just consolidating. We had a nice turn here with the shorter term wave. And that rallied. And now we may get a low because we just said that we like buying the market here. We may get a low with this cycle here and then cycle back up to 12,000 into this turning point. That would make perfect sense. We're also bottoming here. So we're ending this wave and turning up though here in August. If we do make, from a timing perspective, if this is a higher low at 10 today on this turn and then on this turn, maybe we do have a bigger rally into October. This will be this low here and the lows right here are pretty key. And then this pivot. If you break above that pivot to a new high on this cycle, then you can definitely can really see some momentum into October. And then if we just take a look at the bands from a trend perspective, let's see. If you come down on a trend perspective, Ether's back here at 180. That looks like a buy to me. That looks like a buy. I like some of the alts. If you had a chance to book at 12,000, this is where you would be maybe putting some back to work. If you look on a relative value basis, actually, let's do that real quick. The relatives as far as the majors go. I want to look at this one actually. So when we go to the hourly, why is this has been really light. The last 2 times I've logged in to do this, it's just been really hard to see. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe I need to update to the new version or something. I hate trying to keep up with the tech. Okay, that's that. I don't know. It's all fanned out across the board. Ether looks pretty solid. Binance is held in there. Seller Lumens. Zcoin Cash probably looks cheap. Ether looks cheap to me versus BTC and a lot of these others. EOS is pretty low. Misego, even Cardano is pretty low. So I would look at those in that order. BTC. Yeah, Ether guys here back at Pi is really flashing by to me. I'm gonna pick some up as soon as we finish this video. We were a seller, I believe, up. What was our last sale? Look at that. Our last sale signal was 348. So is it a buy at 180? Pretty much a no-brainer. Litecoin. Same thing. I like it down here. We've got almost cut in half. It's a buy. I don't really care about. I guess if you guys trade Bitcoin Cash, it's going to be the same thing. You're supposed to be a seller up here. You could buy some back. I'd rather stick to Ether and Litecoin. If we look at the BTC change on a daily level, they've been pretty beat up. I'm not surprised, just because Bitcoin's been sucking up all the dominance and been the leader. So all this stuff is going to look like lower lows, which I think if you sold into 12,000, that was the right thing. And then now you come back and you add a little bit of Ether and Litecoin down here, or buy BTC back. And lastly, let's just look at Cardano versus the dollar. Nice sales we had up at 10 cents. Now we want to be buying back in. I mean, it's been halved. I'm going to add to that. And I think that's pretty much it, guys. I got to head out of here. And I wanted to say, if you go to, I'm going to put the link here in this video. But guys, the Pi Cycle trading secrets, I just did a special on. So I'm going to put the links in here. You get our free ebook, which I touch on the cycles a little bit. But then once you click through or opt in for free, there's a quick video about Pi Cycle. But I did this course, and this is probably huge value. I mean, this is one of our best cyclical trading concepts. And I mean, I could price this thing for $5,000 and it'd be worth it. But I think I just want to get into as many, people's repertoire, skill sets as possible. And so you guys can go through this, but it's my latest course, and it's a simple concept, but I'll teach you why it works so well and then kind of how to work some positions around it. But these are just a few of the examples across any market. Okay, this is S&Ps. S&P, this is hourly. We failed twice. Here's S&Ps on the 1 hour. Boom, failed up there. Multiple failures there. I don't know if you guys saw that. Sorry. Let me switch back over. Oh, sorry. Here. That's bad of me. If you click through, I'm going to put it in the link here. You'll click through this free ebook page. When you opt in, it's going to take you to our Pi Cycle trading concepts. I'd talk a little bit about the, why it works so well, why you need a timing edge. This is, again, the most simple cyclical wave concept we have. And, once you learn how to apply your risk management around any time frame, this is the simplest but one of the most powerful strategies. And so I've got it priced at an incredible deal. I threw in a bunch of reports here. All right. Basically $1,000 of value with me pricing this at $500, and I'm giving it away at $47 on the front end of this new funnel that we just came out on the marketing side. So that's a great deal. I'll be posting that around, and again, it'll be in the link. And what I was just highlighting is just some quick examples. Hopefully this comes through on the slideshow if I do that. So here's Euro Swissy cable daily chart. This pi line, this dotted green line is all a pi concept. There it is on Dragon, pound versus the yen. NASDAQ daily, boom, failed right at it. Here's another oil. We had like 4 days of failing, 4 weeks failing at oil most recently. Here's oil on the 30-minute. Another failure, oil on the 5-minute at pi. The Russell, Euro, Yen. I mean, I could go on and on. And it's not about a line on the chart. It's not a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's about time, guys. There's just a design to the universe. Price can only cycle. So much time can go away before you come back to these mean reversion points. There's S&Ps again on the 5-minute. I just dropped on the Twitter sphere how it's defined this whole long bond move. So that's in the headlines. You can see how that's just done a great job of keeping us in a core long. All right, anyway, so you guys get the point. Have a great night, and I'll see some of you in the live room in the morning.